The evolution of transportation, micro-perspectives in tourism and hospitality. Transportation in tourism industry. The transportation industry has established itself as a critical component of the global network system and one of the most significant components of tourism infrastructure. Because of the different kinds of transportation accessible, it is now easier for people to go from one location to another. Tourism relies heavily on transportation. According to the studies, travelers spend almost 30 to 40% of their vacation budget on transportation, with the rest going towards food, lodging, and other activities that emphasize the significance of transportation. History of transportation. Transportation has a long history that goes back to human era and has evolved over time. The human foot was the original mode of transportation. To go to location, people used to walk long distances. Fortunately, between 4000 BC and 3000 BC, humans learned to use animals like donkeys, horses, and camels for transportation. However, the wheel was invented in Iraq approximately 3500 BC, and the first wheel was made of wood. People realized that trees and logs float in water, so they dug out the middles of the logs to create seating. As a result of this, people were able to employ water bodies as a mode of transportation. Bicycles, trains, automobiles, trucks, airplanes, and trams were among the many new forms of transportation that invented in the 70th and 80th centuries. The first internal combustion engine automobile was developed in 1960. The various modes of transportation can be broadly divided into the following categories: air transportation, land transportation, railway transportation, and water transportation. Air transportation. Air travel is an essential aspect of achieving economic growth and development. Millions of people can connect in cultural exchange due to air travel, and it also helps the tourism industry, which is a key economic aspect in both origin and destination countries. Airlines attract business travelers who appreciate the speed and flexibility between various flights, especially on popular routes, as well as leisure passengers who enjoy the ability to arrive quickly and without spending time and money. Also, airlines offer a safe, convenient, frequent, and relative consumer-oriented product. Road transportation. The term road transport refers to the movement of goods and people from one location to another via roadways. Road travel is sometimes the only option for transporting products and people to and from isolated regions where train, water, and air transportation are not accessible. We need roads to provide us the freedoms we need to enjoy life as we know it, which is why road transportation is so important both in the tourism business and in general. Good road infrastructure allow us to maximize our social and economic potential by allowing us to obtain essential items and service that we need to require as a humans. Rail transportation. The railway is the most budget, convenient, and popular means of transportation in the world, especially for long-distance travel. With wooden tracks, the railroad was invented in Germany in the 17th century. During the early 1800s, the United States created the first steel rail. In the 19th and 20th century, railways revolutionized transportation and mass movement of people. In terms of tourism, the railroad is the most important means of passenger transportation due of its low cost, great safety, and comfortable travel. As a result, the tourism sector had an impact on railroad development. The railroad had the impact on the tourism business as well. Water transportation. Humans have been traveling through water since time immemorial and carried goods and people from one place to another. The boats progressed from the simple craft with some modification and improvement and were first used around 6000 BC. Travel by ship was the only means for traveling overseas until the middle of the 20th century. Water transport, on the other hand, refers to the transportation of person and cargo by water in the context of travel and tourism. It's one of the oldest modes of transportation and it's been around for a long time. Advantages and disadvantages of various modes of transportation. Air transportation, direct route, high speed, quick service, special and political significance, luxurious are the advantages of air transportation. However, high cost, jet lag, unsustainable for heavy bulk cargo, accident always fatal. International rule to be observed are the disadvantages of air transportation. Road transportation, flexibility, door-to-door service, economical supplements of other modes of transportation. Quick transit for short distance are the advantages of road transportation. While slow speed, carrying capacity limited, accidents and comfortable depends upon the condition of road are the disadvantages of road transportation. Railways transportation, long distance travel cheaper, carrying capacity large, dependable service, quicker than road transportation, ability to view scenery en route is the advantages of railways. On the other hand, inflexible, unfit to hilly regions, difficulties in rural areas, dining facilities not always available are the disadvantages of railways. Water transportation, economical, carry capacity enormously, develops international and coastal trades are the advantages of water transportation, while low speed and more risky are the disadvantages of water transportation. Transportation Then and Now by Rowan Nelson. Transportation carries people from one place to another. Transportation has changed over time. Long ago, wagons moved people across the country. Now, trucks move people and things from city to city. Long ago, streetcars took people through the city. Now, subways take people under the city. Long ago, ships took people to find new lands. Now, bigger ships carry people to places they know. Long ago, trains move along the tracks. Now, train race even faster across the land. Long ago, the first car was built. Now, cars come in many colors and sizes. Long ago, airplanes began to fly in the sky. Now, airplanes fly every high and far. Long ago, people only dream of outer space. Now, spaceships take us there.